Hello and welcome. It's October 1st.
Yay!
And it is officially my favorite month.
Yes, and we are sporting our favorite shirts ever.
Oh yeah.
This one is my favorite, my love for Halloween shirt
And I've got the
from
new pumpkin.
Callie.
Yay. It's fun.
We don't usually give her shout outs, but you should follow her at shop.callie.
Got Danielle.
And
Thanks,
you can
Cassie.
see all of her beautiful, beautiful, amazing
It's
artwork.
fun. Digital artwork.
And we have Rousey here too. She is climbing up. Maybe she'll stay quiet, but she is climbing up into my lap. She is my baby, my little Boston Terrier. So today we have some awesome things for you on the blog.
So I'm Callie, by the way.
I'm Cassie.
Yeah. And we are here to bring another fun video of ways to help you out in your classroom. So this one is all about how to get the best out of your benchmark testing. And
no one likes to take benchmarks.
no. Especially the kids.
We
like,
would
come on.
if we saw it on the calendar, you're like, ugh.
But there are ways to, well, they are really beneficial. And
Yes.
I definitely think that there's something that should be in a classroom.
Yes. A lot of people think they're only for the district.
And they're
But
not.
they're not.
It really helps. It really helps figure out, you know, where the students are with their learning and their understanding of, you know, what's going on in class. So, so we've got some strategies on ways to help better use the benchmark data in your classroom. So,
Yeah.
you wanna?
So one of the things that I've done in my class is a visual data walk. And basically it's just where everyone, not just me, but all of the students too, can see what happened in the test. And there's just a couple of steps to that. The first step you will actually do as the students are taking their test. So what I do is when I pass them out their benchmark, I give them 5 Post-it notes and I tell them, as you're taking the test, if you run across a problem that's hard, just stick the Post-it on it. And then if you run out of Post-it notes and one gets harder, just take one of the other ones that wasn't as hard and move it. And then what I do is I have them right in the end when they're done with their test, I have them choose their top 5 hardest ones and they just write the number of the question and what made it hard. That's it. And then when they turn in their test, they give me their little ideas at the same time.
Yep.
So that is kind of the first step of the visual data walk. When everybody has their benchmarks turned in, you just put the Post-it notes on the posters around the room, and you can see on the blog what I'm talking about. There's actual pictures of showing it. But you can see right away which questions students thought were the hardest.
And the kids will see that too, and I feel like
Yes.
they'll be like, oh, I wasn't the only one that thought that was hard.
Yes.
Or, oh, maybe I just don't understand that quite yet. So,
Yes, exactly. And that it makes kids feel better that they'll see, yes, it was a hard test. And some of the posters with the question numbers will be completely filled with Post-it notes because they are hard questions. So that's the first step. It helps to assess the perceived difficulty of the different questions. And then after the test is graded, you give it back to the students, and I give them just a sheet of little stickers, little circle stickers, and I tell them, go put a sticker on every poster for every question you missed. Now, all of this is anonymous.
Yeah, there's no
not
names or
no one's embarrassed.
certain color for each student. They just go and put their stickers on there, and nobody will know who.
But we will know that question number 4
was 5.3K and 20 kids missed it. And it's like, okay, hold up. That might either be something weird in the problem or it might be my teaching. So
exactly, and that's what the
usually
data
not the
tells you.
kid if there's too many that are missing it. So.
It's always one of those two things she said. It's either there's something funky with the problem or you just maybe haven't even taught it yet because you're not in control of the problems that are on the benchmark. So the first strategy in making the most of your benchmark is doing some kind of data gathering in this visual walk. It's so easy, so quick, and you can get so much out of it to reshape what you're going to do next in your class.
The next thing I want to say is individualized work. So after you get all of the kids' feedback, Cassie has this awesome digital activity that is free for you to download and use to help the kids understand more individualized on what they've missed. Rather than, you know, a whole group where everybody, okay, we're all going to go over number 1.
Yes.
Whenever maybe only 2 people missed number 1. Something like that.
Rousey is crawling all over me.
Just bring her up.
I'm gonna pick her. Okay, Rousy's going to be in the lesson today. She's a little camera shy. She knows that the camera adds 10 pounds. She's already pretty hefty. Okay, so yes, just like Callie's saying, you don't want to bore your kids to death at the carpet going over every single problem. And so what you can do instead is individualize the review. And so on the site, there is a free choice board that you can use. And basically it just has a place for you to set each question in, and then the kids can come in and watch the video of just the questions they missed. And it's super easy to do. I just linked a screencastify right in here showing how I would solve the problem.
Okay, so for this problem it says Grace.
And then the kids can watch that. That sounds like a lot, but make it a team effort.
Yeah.
If you have 20 questions and every one of your team members would just have to do 4 or 5 little videos, it won't take long. And it'll save your class time because you won't be going over every question.
Yep. And they can go back to it again later on.
Another part of the individualized review is a reflection piece. And so as kids are looking at or maybe watching the videos or thinking about what they missed, you can give them a reflection little sheet, and this is also free on the blog. And this, it just says, I originally missed this problem because 1, I made a careless mistake, 2, I calculated incorrectly, 3, I didn't understand, 4, I worked sloppily, and then here's my second attempt at solving it. So they can solve it right there.
And that's so good because kids need to see it again, especially if they're missing it, because it's that they need to see that repetitiveness, I guess, to better understand their learning. Like, why did I miss it the first time? And like you said, it could have been any of those things. And it's important for kids to see it again and not just, okay, you missed it, let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So
I get a lot of questions about benchmarks and should you grade them.
Oh, I do.
So what do you think?
Well, I personally did grade them, but with something like this, I would give credit back for them to do it a second time. Not full credit back, but I would really look into their second chance, and if they got it right, then I give them some credit back. And also sometimes I know that a couple of times there were benchmarks that the highest grade might have not been a 100, so we would calculate it sometimes.
Scale it back a little bit for that.
And that's obviously up to the team and the district and the principal.
Yeah, you may not get a say.
Right. And then you may not even use it as a test grade. I think I've used it. I'm sure there's been times that I've used it for a daily grade, but I know that we've used it for test grades in the past.
Yeah, on the website, on the blog, it does talk about what actually a benchmark assessment is, and it's technically this type of assessment called interim assessment. In school, we all learned about formative and summative, and this is smack dab in the middle. So if you want to give it as a grade, just be careful that you recognize it's not summative.
Right, and there might be some new things on there that you haven't gone over yet. You have to take everything into consideration before just, I'm going to put it in the grade book, that's an easy grade. It may look like an easy grade, but that's not.
There's more that goes
There's
into
way
it.
more into a benchmark.
Yeah.
And benchmarks are important. They really are. I like benchmarks. I mean, nobody likes to take a benchmark, but the data afterwards and the results you can get from them and learning from them really helps in the long run. So.
Yeah, and she just said she really likes them. I sometimes didn't like them because I felt compared to my other team members. Or I felt like sometimes at PLC we would get together and then they would flash our charts and stuff up on the whiteboard, and it would be like, oh, look at Karen's class. It's always Karen. Why do they have all 98s and above? You know, so don't compare yourself. You don't know what
you don't know the level of the students either.
Exactly. So a benchmark is for you to learn.
Yep.
Well, we would love to have you come over here, grab some freebies, learn a little bit more, and take it back to your class.
Yep.
And maybe even just pop on over to Facebook or Instagram.
And share with us like what you guys do with benchmarks.
Yeah,
we'd love to know.
We always want to learn.
And other people would love to learn too, because I know in the comments down below in Cassie's blog post, people are commenting on each other's comments, I've noticed.
Yeah.
So
we like to learn from each other, so we're teachers.
Yeah.
So have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.